How about that, man? Completes the Grand Slam. He won every major WWE title except the Intercontinental Championship. Winning it would make him as a Grand Slam champion, as I talk about, as he had a huge milestone in his career, and out of all places in Boston. And John Cena cut a great promo. And he said on his final farewell tour, right? He'd been to Brussels, he'd been to Paris, but the one place he wants to go that was a must for him was Boston. And he happened to have it in his final 4 dates. And yet to make it special, and what he talked about, he remembers seeing at the old Boston's arena. The WWF came to town back in the day. And here he is, 2025, TD Boston Arena in Boston, to become not only the Intercontinental Champion, but his final time in there, but also become the Grand Slam Champion. So check all the boxes in one night. Or at least the beginning of Raw. My goodness. So here is your pros and cons to John Cena's winning the Intercontinental Champion. Now that being said, with him being the Grand Slam Champion, checking off all the boxes last night of Raw, becoming Intercontinental Champion, as I mentioned. Look, bringing the prestige to the IC Champion, as I just talked about here, man. Bringing the prestige, bringing credibility to the champion. Of course, if you know the history of the Intercontinental Champion, dated, far as back as Pat Patterson, man, back in the late 70s. Look at the list there. The most reigns, 9 reigns by Chris Jericho. The longest reign, how about this, man? I'm not making this up. 666. 666 days with Gunther. Dean Douglas. There were her fans know Shane Douglas. The shortest reign was 14 minutes. It's anyone's counting. The oldest champion, Ric Flair, 56 years, 205 days. Youngest champion, Jeff Hardy, 23 years old, 222 days reign. Heaviest champion, Big Show. Lightest champion, Rey Mysterio. So there's some prestige history with the IC champion. John Cena on his farewell tour in his Boston, completing his Grand Slam, is putting the cherry on top of it. Incredible. Now, great storyline opportunity, right? His final quest. Who's going to defeat John Cena on, again, a short reign? That's the con about it. We'll get to momentarily, but great storyline opportunity leading up to his final match on December 13th. We know we got Raw in Madison Square Garden. We know we got Survivor Series coming up in his final match ever in Washington, D.C. So we got 3 dates as Cena defending, maybe defend. Well, he got to defend if he carries it to the last match, but 3 opportunities for someone to take that spotlight away from him. Another pros, as I mentioned, putting over young talents. That's pretty obvious, right? Nostalgia, rating boost, money merch. Yeah, there we go. That's the prime reason I had to watch Raw last night. Past 2 Raws have been a lot of skipping. Last night on Raw was not a lot of skipping. Very little. There was a lot of good stuff on there. Now the cons. Part-time schedule. With them not being full-time, as I mentioned. Not regularly appearing on Raw and SmackDown to defend the champion. Not enough time, man. Just almost a month away from his final match. As I mentioned, a short title reign. But if he wins quickly, he's going to drop it quickly. And again, possible fan backlash. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of the fan backlash, right? But I don't think WWE care about that. Hardcore fans who prefer new stars leading the company want to see WWE leaning too much on legends instead of progressing forward. I kind of disagree with that, but, there's some fans out there felt really, really disappointed of Cena winning the IC champion. So, you know what, man? It is a historic night on Monday Night Raw. We got to see John Cena become the new IC champion and complete his Grand Slam challenge, right? I mean, Kurt Angle, 2000s, right? Won the WWE champion, tag team champions with Chris Benoit, Intercontinental Champion, February 2000s, United States Champion, Eddie Guerrero, again, World Champion 2004, Tag Team Champion with Chavo in 2002, Intercontinental back in 2000 in the United States in 2003. Edge, Big Show, The Miz, Daniel Bryan, Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and now we add John Cena to the Grand Slam list. What a list, man. That's just the men's. Talk about the women's. Bayley, Asuka, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Io Sky. Incredible. Incredible. John Cena's gone on to the men's Grand Slam list. Wow. What a historic night last night on Raw.